Callum Wilson is thought to be leaving West Ham this month. Seems to be being pushed out the club, as we've just signed Tati and Pablo. Today, 2 new strikers. The craziness don't stop. The circus don't stop at West Ham. And Callum Wilson, another striker on his way out. Mate, we are a shambles.
Yeah. I feel a bit sorry for Callum. I think Callum's done really well. And I think I can understand it. I can understand his situation. And I know we're going to talk about the quotes from Nuno in a second, but it sounds like he's going to leave. And I think it's crazy. I think it's madness. And I'll tell you why I think it's madness as well. I don't know if you want me to tell you now, but I'll tell you in due course. But from what I've seen, I still think he starts in front of the both of them at the moment until they sort of prove themselves. So to be in a relegation scrap like this, with the track record of the strikers we've ever signed, and to let someone go that's been, listen, I'm not saying he's been ripping up trees or anything, but 4 goals in sort of 12 games or whatever he's played, it's a good return for a forward in the struggling side, and he holds up the play well. We know he can play in the Premier League, but I think he might have a future at this club. But I always thought, Dan, and I'm going to be honest, I always thought this was about money. I thought it was about money. I thought the whole thing with not playing him and keeping him on the bench and that, I always thought it was about money, and I think this is sort of starting to prove it, because what Nuno's saying is it's beyond his hands now and all that sort of thing. It's just,
well, yeah. I don't know. Like, listen, we'll get into the quotes. It feels like he don't fancy him. To me, that with Callum Wilson, like, I was kind of a little bit more positive, which I know I probably haven't sounded lately. It's hard to sound positive, but in my mind, I was more positive about these striker signings because we had Callum Wilson, because it's like, well, we've got an experienced striker there. There's less pressure on Callum Wilson. We've got some support and backup. We can have him as our first choice, and then them coming off the bench and ease him in. And then maybe you have Callum Wilson if they do well on the bench, and then there's a good mixture there. If we just bring in these 2 just unproven strikers and then get the proven striker out the door, like that could be disastrous. Like, there's no saying that they'll come in and hit the ground running. So I think it's mad. It's absolutely mad. Like, so this was broken by the Athletic, Rashane Thomas, by the way, and that's what he's saying. It's sort of like and we'll go to X's sort of update, but the arrival of these 2 strikers is the point where they're like, he's not going to play. He's feeling like, well, I don't fancy the manager. This is what X is saying. Basically, they don't get on. It says Nuno has seemed reluctant to use Wilson during his time at the club, and certainly not give him the full 90 minutes, although he did this weekend. West Ham just signed Pablo and Castellanos, who are both forwards and will be ahead of Wilson in the pecking order. The manager is also said to favour playing Bowen up there too, if needed, over Wilson, and is one factor to why he is looking for a new right winger, which is just fucking stupid. Like, Bowen up top is just not it. Wilson is thought to have a strained relationship with the manager and is now considering his options and hoping to guarantee himself a club where he gets more game time. The club have said no decision will be made until we see how the new strikers bed in. And Nuno, I don't know if anyone wants to unpack that, but yeah, he would be, before I get to the Nuno quote, it's basically saying he would be behind the 2 new strikers in the pecking order, even though they haven't proved anything. And he actually prefers to have Bowen up top over playing Wilson there, so that's why he's getting a right winger, so he can play Bowen up top. Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck's the point of signing 2 strikers then?
Yeah,
like, it's great. It's great. It's. Do you know what? And this is why, right? I'm going to tell you this now, right? Listen, I know he's had fitness issues. He's been fit all season for us, right? We can't talk about fitness issues. I made Andy Carroll sort of burnt me a little bit. You know what I mean? With wanting the geezer to stay fit, and he could never stay fit. Callum Wilson, if the worst comes to the worst, right, at 100 grand a week or whatever he is when he plays, will be a 25 goal plus striker in the Championship, and I've got no doubt about that. He's quality. He is quality. He's got qualities about him. Listen, he ain't as good as he used to be, and look, he's in his 30s now, right? But in the Championship, he's got enough intelligence and enough goal scoring prowess, yeah, to score 20 plus goals. No doubt about it, right? Them goals will be vital, yeah, in the Championship. They will be vital, right? Because if we want to get back up, getting a goal scorer is one of the fucking hardest things you can do, right? And would I fancy? Listen, I ain't seen Tatty, and I ain't seen, and I don't want to, as I said before, I don't want to slag people off before they've kicked the ball. But I know I'd rather be going into next season with, if it doesn't work out this season, it would be Callum Wilson over Tatty or the other guy, Yeah. So,
it's the known versus the unknown
and all of that sort of thing, you know what I mean? But it looks like he's going to go, which, I've got to say this as well. And there was a comment here that I've got to put up, right? Put the relegation battle to side. I'm struggling to see saying we have signed 2 strikers and Nuno is playing youngsters is what we all wanted. Not saying Wilson should go, by the way. We're back to square one. We want depth in this squad. We need depth. That is what we've been struggling for. That is why there's 3 youngsters been running around in the midfield all season. We are struggling with depth. So letting 2 go and 2 come in is not fucking improving your depth. It's not.
Yeah.
It is madness. And to go from at least someone that that is exactly the phrase. Better the devil you know. Right?
Yeah. He's not the devil, but
listen, these 2 geezers might come in and rip up trees. And if that's true, let him go in the summer. But
yeah, this is it, because there is no, like I said, I'm not saying, like you said, we're not saying he's going to be shit at all. But again, we just don't know. These 2 guys, right? They could be brilliant where they are. They could not fit the Premier League. They could not fit West Ham, like so many other strikers have done. How many strikers have we come that've done shit here and done well elsewhere? There's just no guarantee. They're just bodies up top. Honestly, it's shout out to Wolfie, Forest Fan TV, by the way. Hello, fellow Mud Brothers. Enjoy your 3 points tomorrow. He knows what he's just. Come on, man. You don't think that. You don't really believe that. He don't believe that. I'll get fucking to the rest of the quote. But yeah, it's a mad situation. Someone asked if we've seen the press conference. I haven't yet. I've literally just got in. But I will check it out. It sounds like it was eventful. So yeah, let's get to the actual quote from Nuno. I personally decided that these 2 strikers have joined. So they're his signings, basically. So Callum is a very experienced man. He's been in the game for so much time. He knows that his position has changed. So we're honest with each other. Yes, your position has changed, but he's still a player for the club. And we may still need him. And he should help us because he joined us. Don't know what that fucking means. I don't know where things will go or what will happen beyond my decision making, but until that situation, me and Callum, we have been very honest about each other and the way we communicate. So maybe from time to time now, we will address the issue again, but it's not right at the moment. It just sounds like Nuno's basically saying he's leaving.
Yeah.
I just seen Wolfie's thing that you it was inspired. It was.
Listen, Wolfie, let me answer that quickly, because I know I've built a studio in the garden, and I've got 4 walls that are going to be 4 different things, and at the moment they're all blank. This is the only one that's got something in the background. So we've done a quiz the other night, so I've set up here, but I am literally about to decorate the wall that's going to be used.
It's a work in progress.
Work in progress, yeah. Could have got you a good deal. I've got a pretty good deal.
He's got, yeah. I mean, well, look how that turned out. I'm just gonna say that. That's it. That's what happens when you go on the cheap. But yeah, from what Nuno's saying, it does sound like he's basically, if I would give my interpretation, you give yours, but he's basically saying, look, he's told Wilson he's not going to be the main man. He's a bit part player. His role has changed, right? So he's been honest about that. And Wilson's been honest about what he wants. And he's got these strikers coming in, but he is happy to keep Wilson as a utility bit part player, as a bench player, right? So he's saying if Wilson goes, it's beyond my control. But if he's going to be here, like, he's basically not going to be his first choice. And the club are probably thinking, and Wilson's probably thinking, if he's not first choice, if he's not going to play, then let's get him out. Like, if he's now behind Tati, Pablo, and Bowen as a striker, I mean, there is no point keeping him in. We're wasting his time. He wants to get that goal record.
Listen, we've struggled to score goals, right? One of them I can see, two of them I don't understand. Yeah. And listen, as I said before, unless you're going to keep all three for depth, but selling two of them and then bringing two in doesn't make any sense, right? For one. And for two, you can't be saying that he's going to be second choice between them. So, like, if you're saying before a ball has been kicked that you're going to be fucking down in the pecking order, you know, he would just turn around and go, well, wouldn't I want to leave? You know, it doesn't make any sense. Like, we need competition. That's what we need in this side, right? This side is screaming for competition. We want people hungry to play and hungry to prove themselves. And what you want when you get a new players is you want to sit everyone down and go, well, I know I've bought you. I know you're already playing, but I'm going to play the fucking best striker available to me. So it's down to you three to prove to me what one of you should be playing or what two of you should be playing. That's what you should do. You shouldn't be turning around and going, well, you're number one, you're number two, and you can fuck off.
Yeah.
That you know, and that is why we're in the fucking position we're in. Because I don't care if you're Lucas Paquetá, I don't care if you're Callum Wilson, I don't even care if you're fucking Messi, right? You sit down and say, well, if that geezer's doing better than you, you're out the fucking side and he's in the side, and you've got to go out there and show me why you can get back in this fucking side. Because this side wants players that want to play, that can do well week in, week out. I want the best players on the pitch, the best players that are available to me at the time. I don't care if it's you. It doesn't matter what your name is. Doesn't matter whether you bought them, right? It's down to you to prove to me who should be playing in this side, who wants it more, who wants to fight for their place more. You want to stay here? If you don't go, I'll get someone else in that does want to fight for it. And that, Dan, that is why the likes of people like fucking Kilman is strolling around like an absolute fucking lemon, daydreaming, looking at the sky when he should be looking at the fucking ball, because he knows whatever he fucking does, he'll be playing. No matter what, right? And that is why this side is in the fucking mess it's in, because we're at a point in our season where we ain't got no fucking choice. What we want is people who want to get in this side and actually play some fucking football. I don't want lemons anymore. So keep on getting people in and then getting people out is not the fucking way. We're just rotating the shit. So
yeah, that's it. And the thing is with Nuno, he just seems like one of the managers where if he fancies you, like, you're in the team no matter what. If you don't fancy you're not in the team. You're on the fringes, like, and that is it. And it's going to take a lot to just change his view of you.
Yeah, who really wants to wear the shirt? That's right, because I was sat there and watched 11 people coming off that pitch the other day, and people were saying you're not fit to wear the shirt. It's down to you now to prove that you are fit to wear the shirt. And I'm afraid to say this, and I was one of them that was very, quite underwhelmed by his signing. Callum Wilson is one that at least he's fit to wear the fucking shirt. He's at least giving it his fucking all. He might not have much left, but he's giving what he's fucking got, right?
Yeah.
And to tell people, it's just bollocks. It's just absolute bollocks. Like, and no wonder we are in this fucking mess.
Yeah. It's more and more looking like and sounding like Nuno just ain't it. It's just another one of them ones that just ain't it. Bizarre decisions. And look, I know Wolfie actually who's in the chat said to me about, he needs that preseason and he gets going. It's the tactical decisions. It's the players, like the stuff that we're hearing about off the pitch about him not communicating with anyone. being a poor communicator, all of this stuff. Like, it's these things. Shout out to
Nuno.
Ting. Yeah, go on.
No, I'm just saying, who's that you're talking about? Nuno.
Yeah, Nuno. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
you look at, when we go back to centre halves, like in terms of centre halves, we're stuck with two centre halves, right? The other day, that wall striker, that big lump of a wall striker, can't remember his name, right? He gave them to a fucking torrid time. I've watched him against other sides, mate. He looked like what was his name? He used to play for Leicester. He's couldn't hit a barn door of a banjo.
Oh,
do you remember him?
Yeah, can't remember.
10 million quid.
Are you talking about Arias, the geezer that scored against us, Arias or whatever?
Yeah, the big lump up front. He give fucking Mane looked good, yeah, but he give Kilman and Mavropanos a fucking torrid time. Couldn't get anywhere near him, and the geezer looks like it looks like me running up front when he played everyone else. That's how shit we are. So getting rid of players that are actually fucking half decent. I don't know.
Shout out to Lunatic Zero for the £5 super chat. If we have a pitch storm / corner flag moment, who stops her like Noble did? The answer is no one. Speaks volumes. Yeah, like some people don't like it. Some people are like, how dare Noble ever put his hand on a fan or whatever, right? But he cared. Like he cared about that game and it mattered to him. Someone runs on the pitch now, you could just see him all just like this, like just hands on hips, like looking at it. Like, at least he showed a little bit of something, when he grabbed that fan. Some people go, how dare he, like, clutching their pearls because he grabbed the fan. But, we were still in the game. But it was one of these. Wolfie says, Nuno, for the first 6 months, was average to crap for Forest. It all clicked after pre-season. It's a long way to pre-season. Like, and that pre-season could be in the Championship. And this is what I said yesterday, Lawless Life, right? So, Nick, did you hear about the thing old Steinberg put out? The story about Nuno's basically lost the dressing room. The players, he doesn't talk to the players. He doesn't communicate with them. He's very disengaged, right? All of that stuff. Did you hear any of that report?
Oh, I read
come out yesterday.
I've got a pass with Jacob Steinberg, so
I don't like him.
Read these articles, to be quite honest with you. So
no, the thing is, someone sent it to me, and I thought, let me just read it. Listen, I don't like the geezer, but someone sent it to me, so let me just see what the story is. And it was just talking about his poor communication, all of that stuff, right? And just not talking to players. Players lost faith in him because of results, because of decisions, whatever. And my point was, because they're saying that Florian Plettenberg said if tomorrow he could get sacked after tomorrow's game if we lose, right? And my point is, if it's true what Steinberg's saying, that he's lost the dressing room, that the players, he's not talking to him, he's not communicating to him, they don't believe in his tactics and everything he's doing, why the fuck are we waiting till Forest? Like, if that's true, what is a win going to achieve tomorrow? Because the root issue is there. Like, us winning tomorrow ain't going to make the players suddenly go, he's right, he's the man.
Listen,
like,
I'll be honest with you, right? I'm going to be honest with you. They ain't Nuno's players. And them players are not working. They didn't work for Potter. They didn't work for Lopetegui. They ain't working for Nuno, right? What does that sound? What's the issue? Is it the players or is it the manager? Because that's the third manager nobody seems to want to get on with. I think it's a dressing room. Yeah. So I would, me personally, right? And there is so much dead wood in there. I would leave Nuno carry on, and I would strip the dressing room out. There ain't a lot in there anyway, Dan, that needs replacing. Let's be fucking honest, right? But I would not, them players are letting him down badly. And you see that on Saturday, that was the players letting the manager down. The manager didn't do himself any favours, right? But as I said before, we cannot keep on chopping and changing managers. This is the third manager on the spin, right? And there was rumblings about Moyes, after Declan Rice left, about people not really liking him and all that sort of thing. That sounds like a sort of a Man United toxic dressing room to me. It sounds like there's people in there that are fucking just causing havoc and fucking get them out. As the saying goes, the fish rots from the head. Yeah. So get the core out. You know, if you've got a barrel of rotten apples, they all become rotten eventually, right? So get the one rotting the fucking apples, right, and get the ones in that you want fresh, because you cannot keep on changing managers, and what's going to happen? It's not like they've actually fucking gone and played for any manager. So the next manager will be in the same fucking thing. There's obviously a core issue there. Well, listen, we started hearing rumblings from the beginning of the season about people telling people not to join the fucking club.
Yeah,
you know, there's you've got players in there that was telling people not to join the club, and listen, I know we all fucking think that's a bit of a, but there's obviously a reason they're saying that. So
yeah. The thing is, I'm trying to remember my train of thought. What I was thinking, why you were saying all of that, something on what you were saying. What the fuck was you just talking about?
What was I talking about?
Yeah, I was while you're listening, I had a point, and then by the time you got to it, I forgot
about the players and the
players. Yeah, what it was is I feel like I think Noble retired, we sold Declan Rice, and that sort of glue that kept that dressing room together as a whole, and that team spirit just seemed to go and fracture. And ever since that moment, we've just seen it on the pitch just completely implode. Like, I don't get that feeling of like everyone is together, like everyone's vibing together. It just feels like you have your little groups and little pockets again and all of that stuff.
Listen, Gavin, I completely agree with you. You are entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to it. But fact of the matter is this, right? And we've got a Forest fan in the chat right now, a content creator. He will tell you, and he just told you there, he was shit for 6 months. And then all of a sudden he had a pre-season with everyone, got his players in, and he built something. And whether you want to believe it or not, last season they was on the fucking cusp of getting into Europe. It was, you cannot bring a geezer in and expect him to take over a bunch of. Listen, these people are fucking useless. Like, some of them are useless. Like, I mean useless. Like Mavropanos is a couple of weeks ago I was calling him our best defender, and I saw what he was under. Was it under Moyes? Was he under Moyes or Lopetegui? It was under Moyes, wasn't he? We signed him under Moyes. Yeah, under him, he was the worst thing I'd ever seen. And the fact that it's worse there now, and I'm actually saying we've got to play him, just goes to show you exactly where we are as a squad, right? They're not good enough. These people are not good enough, right? The manager, if you put out 11 turds, don't expect them to come back as diamonds. You've got to get rid of the turds. It's
the problem is, though, Nick,
you cannot keep on chopping and changing managers. Max Kilman is the problem. Yes, absolutely is the problem.
Well, he's a problem. He's a problem.
he's a problem. Yeah, but there's obviously deeper rooted problems in there. And I think we need to give a geezer a chance, right? Give him his backroom stuff at some point. Get to the summer. If he needs his backroom stuff, give him his backroom stuff and give him complete control of what we're signing and who's playing and all that, because he did turn Forest into top 4 fucking contenders.
Yeah, but the problem is, Nick, here's the problem, right, with the Nuno thing. Everything you're saying, I don't disagree with. However, we've brought him in at a time when we're in the shit. He's not a manager that gets you out of the shit. He's not a Moyes. He's not a Big Sam. He's not a Pulis. He's not someone that comes in this moment and can dig you out of it. You know what I mean? Like, we are in the shit, and that's the problem. So if you give him his time to, like, the way things are going
down, proof is in the pudding. Yeah, and he has done it with Wolves. He's brought them back up and done really well with Wolves. Right? He's done it with Forest. He's kept them in the Premier League. Huh?
No, it's all about Daesh. I don't want that. There's no point.
He's kept them in the Premier League and then built a good squad around them. Yeah. So if we do go, he might not be the man to get us out of the situation, but if we go into the situation, I will back him to get us back to where we are now.
The problem is, though, right, and you're right, all the preseason, all of that is everything, but and the squad is probably a problem, right? I'm not saying Nuno is our biggest problem, but we got him in the end of August, beginning of September. I think it was like the first the beginning of September. So September, October, November, December. We're now in January. Then we have February, March, April, May, right? So that is 8 months. So you've had 8 months,
but no
and
players.
you're getting relegated. But like at the same time, I think as a manager, like you've got to be able to, if you're in this situation, we need you to be able to work with what you've got. And I know what you've got isn't great, but you've got to be able, like his game management. You can't say it's all on the players. You can't say some of these substitutions has been on the players. Some of these lineups, like them, the Leeds and Brentford, is not on the players. That's him.
He's quite clearly come out, Dan, and said he needs players. He needs players. And he said that I need players. So he's.
But in the meantime, we need him to do the best with what he's got until we get those players. That's what I'm saying. So two things could be true, right? He needs players and he should get players, but fucking make the best with what you got until you get the players in. Don't start pissing about and experimenting, right? And sitting there and trying to sit on 1-0 leads and draws.
Nuno takes over in the summer. Yeah, we sack Potter at the end of last season. Do you think the players that left would leave? Do you think that we would have got rid of the likes of Soufal, Cresswell, Alvarez?
We don't know, because we don't know who he don't like and who he does like, because there's players there. Like, for some reason, I'm not a James Ward-Prowse advocate. You know that. But there is something weird there. There is something incredibly weird. Now, he don't seem like a bad apple in the dressing room. Like, no, I would not.
Strange.
I don't want him on the pitch, right? Not ever, but I don't want him starting for West Ham. I didn't want him. But to be, like, not even in the squad, not even on the bench. Like, so there's just some reason. I don't know if Wolfie had heard anything, because this was what happened at Forest. He was at Forest, right?
I've got a theory about that. I reckon he got sent off, didn't he, for Forest early on in his career?
Yeah.
He's playing. I reckon he's got sent off, and they've had a fucking barnstormer, them two, because he barely played after that, I don't think. And I reckon they've had a proper Barney in the dressing room, and he's got a bit fucking to and fro, and I just don't reckon he likes him.
That's such a stupid, like, because the players get sent off.
Dan, that's not.
And a manager can say to you,
"Truth." I've just got a feeling that.
No. But I know I'm unpacking your theory. I'm just saying, like, if this is true, imagine this scenario: Ward-Prowse gets sent off. Nuno's like, "Why? What the hell was you thinking?" Blah 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 blah. And then Ward-Prowse is going, "Don't you do that?" Like, the manager's gonna get pissed at you. Like, if you get a red card, then just fucking take it on the chin. Like, so I don't know. That's if then he's justified, because he's like, well, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you're a player. I'm having a go at you for getting a red card, and you're having a go at me back. And they couldn't reconcile. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying is, to your question about, do I think Soufal, Cresswell, possibly they could still be here, but there's a chance not, because he could just go, I don't fancy these players. Like, if the problem is as well, here's the thing, going back to the root problem. We can have all the managers we want, but it's the fucking ownership, because the recruitment has been dog shit for months. We didn't rate him at all. Apparently, it wasn't the two same. If we didn't rate him,
no, he was at least playing him.
No, but it was yeah. But yeah. So what I'm saying is, the recruitment. So say Nuno was here from the summer. Do we still trust the recruitment that we would get in all these fucking quality players, all the players that he needs, when we have signed ever with that Rice money? And I did shit after shit after shit after shit. That's the problem. It's the ownership. The recruitment is the reason why we're in this mess.
Yeah.
And it could be the same this month. The recruitment could be the same issue. But we better hope these players bang, because we've spent over like nearly 50 mil on these two strikers. One of them is potentially injured, with a hamstring injury, which is just West Ham, isn't it? It's just sign an injured player.
Iron Mike makes a good point. And the Kudus money. That was 50-odd million quid.
Yeah, the Kudus money, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, we've had money and we've spent it so, like, how can you have, like, we've spent, I think since Declan Rice left, we've probably spent nearly 500 mil, around about, or over 400 mil maybe. How can you be in a situation where the squad is this thin? It's paper thin. After hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds spent, the squad is in this state. That's why we're in it. It's not because of we had this manager and this manager's not here anymore. Then we got this manager or it's that manager. It's because of the recruitment. It's the that's what it comes down to.
I think we've bought players down and just let them walk out the door without even getting fees. Like Fulkrug right now, 27 million pounds walked out the door, loaned him out. Alvarez, 30 million pounds, loaned him out. Like why?
Ward-Prowse is on fucking
around on our bench and we're fucking giving other teams players.
We spent over 30 million on Ward-Prowse, got him on 115 grand a week. He's not even on the bench.
Yeah. Can't even loan him out.
It's just.
I expect him to be turning up at Southampton at the end of this transfer window, by the way.
Yeah, but he needs to take a wage cut because he's on stupid money. I mean, we might need him in the Championship. We don't know who's going to stay, who's going to go. But again, he needs to take a wage cut. Like, I'm throwing like.
See how bad their recruitment is, right? Kilman and Todibo cost more than Gabriel and Saliba.
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about what they've got and think about what we've got, and ours cost more.
That Kilman signing, like even then, like before, when we thought he might be a good signing, like even then it was like, oh, that's a lot of money for a centre back. Like even then, and a centre back that's not like, you know, in the Van Dijk stratosphere. He weren't like one of the top. It was like, okay, it could be a decent signing. Like no one ever, I don't think ever many of us looked at him and went, oh my God, yes. Like we was like, yeah, that could be a good signing. Over 40 million for it. That's even then. And now in hindsight, it's horrific business. And that's why we're in the because we do too much of that. We overspend on shit and we undersell on quality for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what it is. And now we're financially in a bad way.
Emerson, there's another one. Emerson.
Yeah.
You know, they've got standards, these players.
Let him go for nothing. Emerson could still do a job. Like, I'm sorry, Emerson is to me.
At the end of the day, we've got two geezers there, right and left back at the fucking African Cup of Nations. We've got Walker Peters and Scholesy there, and I like Scholesy and I like Walker Peters. I'd rather have Soufal than fucking Emerson right now.
No, I wouldn't have Soufal over Walker Peters. I think Walker Peters has been quality.
I would. I would in a relegation battle. I really would.
Walker Peters has been like he hasn't put a foot wrong. He hasn't not put a foot wrong. He's been. Are you crazy? When Wan-Bissaka come out of the side and was on the bench, Walker Peters was brilliant. Like Walker Peters.
I'm not.
He has not had a bad game for West Ham at all, Walker Peters. Like, so it's personally, like I said, I didn't want to get rid of Soufal, but if you're asking me who I would, right now in 2026, who I would start Walker Peters over Soufal all day long. Yeah, so, but I want Soufal in the squad. Corral with a $4.99 super chat. Hope you're well, mate. Says, this club will ruin your sanity health if you let it. Sadly, I'm not fussed anymore. This is so far from the West Ham I grew up with. Sadly, keep up the good work. Cheers, mate. And it's right. It is. It's like a different club, isn't it? It's right. We need to start. Shout out, Wolfie. Hope you're good, mate. We'll catch up soon. It's like we need to start an AFC West Ham or something. You know what I mean? Like to try and get the old West Ham, because I don't know what West Ham this is. This is West Ham Dons, West Ham London. This is what this is. That's what they've turned it into. So,
right.
It's all to play for tomorrow, mate. It's all to play for.
You know, the thing is, mate. You know, I've said these last 4 games are do or die. We've got to win tomorrow. We've got to win tomorrow. If we don't win tomorrow, it is over. It is over.
Yeah.
So,
big time. Like, do you know what? Like I said, imagine if we draw those. Still, like draw. Okay, you stop them gaining points on us, so nothing changes when it comes to the points difference. But still, you sit there and go, "Fucking hell, we've just drew again." In this run of winnable games, we've got 2 points out of a possible 12. That would be if we draw tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's not good enough.
Not good enough at all.
And then we go away to Spurs.
No, got
they're
FA Cup
shit.
first. FA Cup first.
Do you know what? I was talking to Jace about this, right? The FA Cup. Like, dude, I know, listen, I'm not disrespecting the FA Cup and we'd all love to win it, but do we give a shit at the moment? Like, with how shit we are, like, I'm going into that game and I'm just like, what's the fucking point? What's the point?
I'll tell you what
Really,
the point is. I'm going to meet up with my old mate James Alcott and do a fan cam. So go have a look at that and maybe a preview. So that's the best I can fucking hope for the FA Cup game.
Meet up with his old mate.
Like, meeting up with me mate.
Meet up, mates rates. Like,
yeah.
But other than that, like I said, I'm looking at it as like, oh fuck, we got to just watch. We got to watch QPR at West Ham. We got to watch another West Ham game that really, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't mean anything because we're in a competition. We have no chance of winning at all. Like, don't say like I don't know. I don't know why you give a shit. Like, tell me why we should care about competition win.
You know why?
Like,
I'll tell you why. Because it's a chance to get away from fucking the pressures of Premier League for 1 week. That's it.
Yeah, but it's just like, again, like to me, that might as well be a friendly because if anyone believes we have fucking 2% chance of winning the fucking FA Cup this year, I want to know what you're smoking. Like, the whole point of being in the cup, the reason why we love the cup is we dream of a chance that we can win it. Like, oh my god, like we could do a Palace.
Happen. I remember Wigan winning it and they went down. Like, mad things have happened.
No, but Wigan, but mate, come on, like,
away from that fucking them pressures. The Premier League's driving me fucking insane. I'm going to be honest,
just have a week off. Let's have no West Ham. I don't want to watch these fuckers go and embarrass themselves to QPR.
Well, we'll go to the cup. There will be weeks where you won't have any fucking West Hams. Don't worry about it.
The only thing I would say is if just to see a different lineup. Like, if he's going to put out the same fucking 11 wankers he always puts out, then I'm not interested. If we get to see something different on the pitch.
Kante, I think Kante should be playing over Magasser at the minute.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, people, that's what I'm saying. I know people that are of a certain age will just go, it's the FA Cup, we've got to worship it and fucking... what I'm saying to you is, it don't matter if it's the fucking Champions League, like, whatever it is. We have no chance, 0%. Like, if you fucking believe we can win the FA Cup, you need to get off the Class A, mate. The Class A, the Class S. Right. You're on some serious drugs. If you believe you're fucking going to that game.
Of this video, Danny, just chill, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just when people get so defensive over the FA. I know it's beautiful, it's magical. Like, we've won it, I love it. I'd fucking dream to win it. I would do anything to see us win the FA Cup. I do. I respect it and cherish it. What I'm saying is, right now, we are shit. We're horrible to watch. And it's a fucking game in a competition that we won't win. We can win. We can beat QPR. Whoop-ty fucking do, because then we go into another game and then we don't win. Like, I'm just saying, everyone, you know, you can fucking worship it all you want, but we're shit. So the only thing is, like I said, if we can see, just to see something different on the pitch, some different players do something, then I want to see it. Then I'm interested. Like, if I'm going to see the same shit I see in the Premier League each week, but against QPR, I'm not interested. Like, so we'll see. We'll see. Have a mix up on the pitch. Like, some of the new boys have got to start. If they're not playing tomorrow, play, like you said, Kante, Urfi. Let me see some George Urfi, mate. Let me see some. Why aren't we seeing no George Urfi?
Yeah.
So
don't tell that to Simon Jordan, for fuck's sake.
What's that about? Oh, this one. Yeah, West Ham needs to be their own stadium. Yeah. Grow up. Grow up, Scott.
You're joking.
Joking. Scott, why don't you grow up? Hey, come off it. Come off it, Scott. No, we do, mate. This is a big part of the issues, as we all know. So, yeah, apparently
get a can of Coke, because I think we're going to be here for a minute, to be honest.
Yeah, we're in a role now of just like, we was about to wrap it up, but then something happens and it just triggers us and all of that. Like, yeah, there are good things for the FA Cup and all of that stuff, but I don't know about you. I'm just fed up. I'm just fed up at the moment watching West Ham. Like, I'm just fed up of it happening. Yeah, you're spot on, mate. You're spot on. Simon and Mike. Sorry, why did I say Scott? Because we said so. Mike, you're spot on. Yeah, it has got to be 2 billion. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being miserable, right? Maybe the FA Cup it will be refreshed, but right now, I'm just thinking, fucking hell, like give us a break. Love your blue ambience. Cheers, mate. It's usually a bit bluer, but I need to plug that lamp in. That's usually on that lamp. Thoughts on the new striker? I have to say, Roy, I have no thoughts. Like I have no expectations. Like I'm not like Dom. I put the Dom's comment up earlier, and he said these new strikers are going to be another Allaire and a Jetty, right? I'm not thinking that, but I'm not thinking, oh, they're going to be another fucking Cotty and McAvenny. Like at the same time, I'm just putting no expectations on these signings at all. So that's my thoughts. I don't know about you, Nick, if you've got any expectations.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm at that stage now where I don't expect nothing. Don't expect nothing. You can't be let down, can you? So
I put myself because I'm looking at no, exactly, mate. You don't expect nothing. You can't be let down, and we've run out of expecting things. Do you know what? I was on a stream yesterday. And they played like a compilation of my reactions from the watch along. And Deji, the Spurs fan, was like winding me up, and he's like, "I believe that you was acting with those reactions because how could you possibly be shocked at your team losing that game?" And the thing is, what I said is, it's like I weren't even. I said on like many different shows, on TalkSports, on our show, everything. I think we'll probably be the first team to lose to Wolves. It's one thing to say that and just go, yeah, it's West Ham. I can see it. But when it happens in the moment, mate, I was shell-shocked. I was like, we've actually done it. Like, we're actually doing it. We're actually losing to Wolves. We're actually getting battered by Wolves. It was just like what we all feared would happen happened. And that's why I was so like shocked. My reactions were like, what the fuck, mate? It's not like I never imagined it could happen. It's like it's actually happening. And that's the thing with West Ham. Even if you think you're going to lose, when you see it and you're like, oh my God, this is bad. Like you're confronted with how bad you really are. And that was bad. Do you know what Chase asked me this today? Do you think we'll keep the new strikers if we go down to the Championship? Maybe if Nuno stays, because there is players, there's more chance of it. But like, you can't sign for a club that is probably going to go down, right? And then just try and fuck off when they go down. Like,
Demba Ba did.
Oh yeah, but yeah, did Demba Ba? Yeah, he did. Did we sign him in January or sell him in January though?
No, we signed him in January. Signed him in January, went in the summer.
Yeah, but yeah, if they turn out to be superstars, depends how good they're going to be. Like if they turn out to be superstars, then maybe. But do you know how because the problem is say we've signed them, yeah, and we've signed them for nearly 50 mil, right, over 40 million or whatever it is. If they go and we get relegated, you know we're making a massive loss on them, right? You know, like we're not getting that money back, like so. Let's hope.
Depends how they do. I think Bar left for free, if I'm honest. But I think we only paid 500 grand for him because he had a bad knee, and it was
yeah.
He went to go to Stoke, I believe, and he had a bad knee. And they said, "Well, we'll pay 500 grand for him because his knee's fucked. Basically, he had a knee that could have gone at any minute, and his career would have been finished."
Yeah.
And they said, "Yeah, we'll pay 500 grand for him, but if we go down, you can go for nothing." I believe that's what happened. Where did he go to? Newcastle, wasn't it? I believe.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think he went for us from Newcastle. So yeah, like I said, we'll see, because you're just signing all these players for Nuno, right? If we get relegated, and then you're going to go, right, these players we just signed in January are all fucking off now, and we start with the bare bones. But this is what I said on the watch along. People were saying, "Oh, Bowen will probably go." Like people were saying, "Oh, he's going to go here. He's going to go." I said, "I've got no emotional attachment to any of these players. Like I feel nothing to see anyone. You know, like before, you know, you think, fucking hell, I love that player. Like you know, Arnautovic, I didn't want to see him go. You know, you don't want to see Rice go. All these players, none of these players I look at and will go, oh, fucking hell, he's gone. Like, yeah. I've got no emotional attachment at all. So whoever wants to go can fuck off, and then we just start again. Like, that's how I see it. If you want to go, bye-bye.
Yeah.
See you later.
I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, tomorrow, big game. Jace is back on the watch along with me. He's going to be out the ground for fan cams, and this
cold
is
one
huge.
tomorrow. Rat gloves.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking freezing today. It was freezing, but yeah. So tomorrow, I cannot overstate how big a game this is. So in saying that, Nick,
yeah,
what are you thinking tomorrow? Let's wrap up and just talk a little bit about the Forest game now.
I'm going to be honest. And the people are going to want to hear this. I can't see nothing but a loss.
Yeah,
I see a 2-0 loss.
So funny, actually, because usually, you know, everyone says I'm the negative, you're the positive. I'm a little bit more positive than you. I think it's going to be a draw. Like, a draw just seems so nailed on. Like almost like there'll be a response, but not enough of a response to get the result we need. You know, maybe the new signings will give it a little bit of a lift. Like I said, if this Pablo don't get a second of football, we know he's injured. Tatty, is he another one? I guess he's been registered in time, right? And he can play, I'm assuming, tomorrow. But Willie, all this Wilson stuff has come out now. Don't be surprised if Wilson's on the bench after that. So, yeah, there's no confidence going into it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So, I don't know what he's going to do lineup-wise. But we ain't got many. The thing is, with the lineup, and this is what I said, there's not many variations we can have on this team. It's kind of the same thing. And if Paqueta is still out, which I assume he is, if he's got this back injury, it's the same old, same old. Harrison, Riss, 999 super chat. Might be talking waffle here, but would love the club to go after likes of Maguire and Hendo. Proper leaders, in my opinion. I don't think it's possible, mate. Maguire already turned us down, and Henderson is at where is Henderson's at? Is it Brentford? Where?
Brentford.
Yeah, Brentford. Yeah, Brentford. So I don't like I said. I get wanting those because, like I said, there's a bit of leadership there, especially like Henderson. As much as like I said, I would have taken either Xhaka or Henderson. Like I said, I don't rate Henderson in terms of he should still be in the England team, like starting 11. But like for us as a player that's probably a little bit past his best, but has that leadership ability, it probably would have brought something good for that dressing room to have someone like a Henderson in or a Granit Xhaka. Like either of them two would have been, I think, signs that we'd be better off with this season if we had got them.
Arsenal scored a couple of goals weekend we could do with.
Fucking he's gone, Nick. He's not our player anymore. Fucking you and that fucking clown.
Right, it's the best player I've ever seen play for us. I'm afraid.
What? He's the best what?
Best player I've ever seen play for us.
Oh, fuck off, Nick. Just get out. Just come on. What are you on about?
I'm afraid he is.
Did you start watching West Ham 5 years, like since the channel started, and you've all been deceiving us?
Sorry?
Did you start watching West Ham when this channel?
No,
Pyatt was playing for us when this channel started. The players that we have had in your lifetime, and you say Rice is that is obscene, mate. Hot take, Nicky. I say hot take, so that is hot take, mate. You want to see all the players that we've had, the Di Canios, your hero, Paolo Di Canio.
Yeah, he is my hero, but I'm just saying.
But he's not as good as Declan Rice.
In terms of consistency, the way they play.
Tevez, not as good as Rice. Pyatt, not as good.
No.
Frank Lampard's.
No.
Frank Lampard is one of the best midfielders, English midfielders of all time.
Not for West Ham, he fucking weren't. I can tell you that.
He was still good. He weren't
right.
shit. I think he was good. But to say the best player you've ever seen play for West Ham, that is mental. As the kids would say,
he is the best in the world at where he plays right now. Right in this second. The best in the world. None of them players, and I love them, Di Canio, I love Payet. There is no player that was best in the world at where they are. Right this second, as we speak now, Declan Rice is the best in the world at where he plays.
But you just said, not for West Ham. Was he the best in the world for West Ham?
I think he was up there. People didn't want to admit it, but I think
was he the best was he not up there? Was he the best in the world for West Ham?
No, probably not the best. No, probably not the best in the world at that moment. But he was fucking up there.
Lampard was one of the best in the world when he was at Chelsea. So that's the same logic.
But
Rice was. That's what I'm saying. It's the same
Rice
thing.
Gone up one level. When Lampard left West Ham, he went up 10.
Yeah, but that's to say he's like. Think about it, right? You've been supporting the club how long?
Well, I'm 43, so 43 years.
Well, you weren't supporting the club when you were fucking 3 months old, but
I'm into it, mate. There was no other club for me. But in terms of like going and supporting, I was 9 when I could afford it because we were poor.
Right. So 34 years, right? Whatever. Say 40. Let's say your whole life. Let's say 43 if you want, and we include your lifetime. To say Rice is the best player within 43 years for West Ham is an obscene thing to say.
Just a game of opinions, isn't it?
It is a game. Oh yeah, it is a game of opinions. I'm challenging that.
You appreciate because there is goalkeepers that have been the best in the world at the time. You know what I mean? Like best players in the world at the time, and no one's ever going to turn around and go, "Oh, that goalkeeper was the best player in the world at the time." But I think what you like. I like footballer. One of my favourite footballers before Declan Rice was Michael Carrick, and that was on top of all the Trevor Sinclairs and Di Canio's my hero. I used to turn up every week to see Di Canio, right? But in terms of a good midfielder, I preferred Carrick over Cole because I thought Carrick was a complete footballer, a proper footballer. Yeah, Cole was great at the skills and he was exciting and all that, but as a proper controlled footballer. Right, Carrick beat him every day of the week, yeah. And I've seen the same in Di Canio. Di Canio was the best in the world on days. Like I see him do things that I've never even. I remember one time when he was in the corner, surrounded by 3 players, and he flicked it up with this drag back of his heel and passed it to Sinclair. I've never seen anything like it, right? But then there were days when he didn't fucking turn up to away games, right? You could never say that about Declan Rice, never. Ever. I mean,
when everyone was saying he was a shit
Carlos Tevez. Carlos Tevez was fantastic for the last 10 games. Before that, he was a pile of shite.
In his last season, everyone was slating him. In fact, Rice wasn't good in the cup final. He had a poor game in the cup final. He had a poor. That's what I'm saying. So to say he was great, like I said, in his last season, people were slating him. He was getting slated in his last season for us.
He was struggling in there because he was fucking, he was.
But it's not an X Factor. But like Red Irons TV said, Payet, you could probably argue Payet at the time when he played for us and he was playing for France. At that moment, he was the best 10 in the world at that moment. He got nominated for a Ballon d'Or
for a year. Yeah, he might have been. You might be right.
And obviously because of personal choices he made, his career didn't go the way it should have because of, family issues, all this nonsense he done. So what I'm saying is, I don't think that, I said, I think Payet was.
I don't think it's a coincidence, Dan, that since he's walked out the door that we've gone to fucking pot. If I'm honest.
Yeah, he was a great player for us, and because where he played, and not just that. There were certain things in the dressing room, and we just didn't even bother to try and replace him. I know you can't necessarily replace him for that quality necessarily initially, but what we did was horrendous. Like I said, I think Alvarez is a good player, but his positioning was poor because he'd be right up the fucking pitch with Mavropanos for some reason up the box, and he didn't really have the legs to get back. So. I don't know. Like I said, for me, like watching a player like Payet, mate, I never forget that first game watching him, and I was mesmerised. I was like,
best player we had in the championship. Best player we had in the championship was Kevin Nolan by a long fucking shot.
yeah.
By a long way.
Yeah, do you know what? And someone's right. That championship squad we had under Big Sam is probably better than this team we've got now.
Yeah,
like honestly, they would say, "Do you regret the treatment of Moyes in hindsight?" So the way I look at it with the Moyes thing, this has started during Moyes, right? So this started in that period. Do I regret? I regret being so focused on Moyes. I regret being so we get rid of Moyes and hopefully we can build up, right? Because I think Moyes had run his course at West Ham. He did the best he could get, and we was on a downward spiral because of the recruitment as well, right? He was part of it, but he weren't all of it. But we got rid of Rice and we didn't recruit well. So I think this was coming, whether we kept Moyes or not. But I do regret being so focused on Moyes and not it was just like this idea of, okay, before we implode, let's change now. And then while we're still in an okay position, the next one can take us from a stable position and kick on. That never happened. And we probably should have, been focusing on someone else. But to the idea that we'd still be in Europe and all this bollocks and we wouldn't be in a mess under Moyes, I don't agree with. No, I don't agree with. I think this was coming.
We get this all the time, and I think, especially when we lose and we're in the position we're in, I think sort of 50% of the comments from other fans are saying the same. You're getting what you deserve. Moyes was I'll never disregard the things Moyes achieved here, right? But as a club, this club is in a mess. Right. And at that time, he steadied the ship and he pulled us out of the mess and he got us to a point where he could do no more for this club. And he felt the same thing, because at the end of the day, what people don't realise is he was offered another contract and he walked away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people was turning around. I think Moyes could see what was coming. And Moyes was very fortunate because, for a lot of Moyes' tenure, he had Declan Rice in the side. Right. And that is like two superstars in the midfield. Like he had not at this point in time, I don't think Moyes would be able to pull us out of this, right? But Moyes took us to a point where I think the level-headed thing would be to then get someone in that could build on what Moyes has got and build his own, build on that platform. But what we did is we hired a manager that was worse than Moyes. That's what we done. And if we'd have got a manager that had a little bit of ambition, listen, I know he's getting a lot of stick at the minute, but I think someone like Thomas Frank would have been good at the time because we had that defensive stability, and I think he had the attacking prowess where he could, and he's a smart enough manager to use that defensive stability that he built. Yeah, but the fact of the matter is this: when Moyes walked out, a lot of his players were getting to the point where they was past it. People like Zuma, who was great for him, was passing it. I watched him walk out on the day that he left at Dagenham and Redbridge at half time, and he had 2 ice packs around his knee. He couldn't even walk, right? So would he have gone out and bought someone a little bit better? Yeah, he bought the likes of Craig Dawson in, and he wanted Maguire and he wanted fucking McTominay, which they never went and fucking got. Right?
No. Hold up. That's not true. They rejected us. They didn't want to come West Ham.
McTominay didn't. Blame me. Maguire did.
No, Maguire didn't want to come. He didn't.
What I said. Maguire rejected us. I don't think McTominay did.
No, McTominay didn't want to come. He went to Napoli. He ended up going to Napoli.
Season and a half after.
What?
That was a season and a half after.
No, but they ended up going there, but they didn't want to leave, to go and move down to London for a team.
I believe McTominay did want to come, but there we go. It is what it is. At the end of the day, never got him. That's what I'm saying.
But this idea that they weren't, like I said, we would have got who we got. But this is a lie that Moyes walked out because he had all the West Ham, I guess, fans slating him. Who would want to stay for that? It's because they offered him a contract and they took it away. And they offered him a role change, right? To go from a manager to a head coach working under Tim Steidten. Moyes did not want to be a head coach working under Tim Steidten. Therefore, he left. That's what it comes down to. Moyes is he's a big, thick-skinned Scottish fucker, right? You think he cares about a couple of banners and a couple of boos and things like that? Like if he would have got, listen, Moyes, if they went to him, here's your contract, you're in charge of signings. This is, you get to build it. Do you think you would have gone, well, they're booing me? Like they said, Moyes out. Some fans do.
The funniest
thing
thing
I've seen
all weekend?
He signed the contract.
I'm going to tell you this, right? Because as I said, this is 80% of the fucking comments from rival fans, or 50% of the comments from rival fans, right? A geezer on Twitter tweeted us, said, you're all idiots. You don't know what you had under Moyes. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Blah, 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 blah. And all this sort of thing. I looked at his profile. His profile says Arteta out. And I'm not joking. Arteta
There's so much hypocrisy.
£1 billion spent on some of the best, I think some of the best players Arsenal have ever seen. Invincibles was a good team, but in recent years especially, they're building into something special. Arteta, who's as much as I don't fucking like Arteta, he's adding to the squad and he's getting what he needs and he's getting the best out of these players. And this geezer saying Arteta out, and he's telling me about being a fucking knob and being an ungrateful wanker.
There's the hypocrisy, because look at this, right? I had a Spurs fan, right, and he was saying to me, well, look, you got rid of Moyes.
Hold on. What the fuck does this even mean? Look, this is the mentality of the people.
I hate it. Well, how can you compare? Like, you don't, it's a parallel, mate.
Listen to what we're saying. Listen to what we're saying. Don't just listen to the words Arsenal and Mikel Arteta and then start thinking everyone thinks they're Arsenal. We don't think we're Arsenal. We're nowhere near Arsenal. Listen to the words we're saying before you start commenting, you wally. Listen to what we're saying. You hear Arteta and you hear Arsenal, when you start getting all defensive, you start putting your fists up. No one gives a shit.
How can you compare? Like it's an example, mate. It's not saying that we're on the same level. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to an example, right? Spurs fan said to me about, well, look, you should have kept Moyes because look, you ended up with Lopetegui. It was a worse manager, and trophy and all that. And he's the same one that went on to say, because he's Frank out, right? And it's like, and I pointed back to him. I said, well, you should have kept Ange, because Ange won you a trophy, and now you're playing shit football when you're shit. He goes, if I knew we were going to get Frank, then I would have wanted to keep Ange. Well, we could have said the same thing. The same thing applies to us. We didn't know we was going to get Lopetegui.
These, what? No need to call me names, Nick. Is the discussion? We'll have a discussion then, and actually contribute to the bloody conversation. What you said makes no sense. I see. 17th to 13th. That's where Tottenham sit at the minute. 13th, right? They ain't pulled up any trees. Is that a saying, by the way? Someone said.
I heard it is. Because every time someone of us say it, people pull us up on it and say, "What is this?"
Pulled up any? They ain't pulled up any trees, right? And didn't Ange win a cup?
Yeah.
So what's the fucking difference?
Pulling up trees can literally mean removing them from the ground with tools. What? Where's? It might not be. It's literal idiomatic success.
There we go. That's
to be very successful, to make great progress or be going places.
Yes.
With her new promotion, she's really pulling up trees. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. So it's right. So we're using it right.
Okay. It is a saying. Mum's she says it's a saying.
Hold on. Here we go.
Look, this is doing the same thing.
The morons talked again. You're about to get relegated and you're comparing to Mikel Arteta at Arsenal, your West Ham mate.
Yeah.
Again.
We're like Arsenal. We're as good as Arsenal. We are.
Listen to the words we are saying. Do not listen to West Ham and Arsenal and then start making your own conversation up in your mind. Listen to what we said. Yeah?
Mate.
Come on.
You're talking to an Arsenal fan with a Gabriel
profile. A pair of these, mine are fucking massive. Look at that. You got these. It goes in here and it sort of swirls around here and it starts to make sense. Use it.
Do you know what? I hate, because it's a tactic that a lot of fans of these type of clubs do. When you run a parallel right? To one of them sort of clubs.
I didn't run a parallel at all. What I'm saying is the geezer.
No, it is a parallel. It's a parallel example.
It wasn't even a parallel. I'm not even comparing Arsenal to anyone. All I'm saying is there was an Arsenal fan that was telling me, right, that you're an idiot for wanting Moyes out. You're this and he's the best thing that you ever had. It's the best thing you've done for years and years and years. And in his profile, he had Arteta out. That's got nothing to do with Arsenal and West Ham. I'm not basing the two fan bases at all. I'm not basing the two clubs on at all. I'm not basing the two managers on at all. I'm telling you what this geezer said.
What I'm saying is a parallel. It's you can be two situations can be the same, but on different distance. So Arsenal are here, we're down there, but the situations are parallel because they're similar, right? Doesn't mean that's us being on the same level, right? But this is they're up here, we're down there, so it's a parallel situation, right? So wait, Arteta, you want Arteta out, who's been better than fucking Emery and better than anything you've had in a long time, right? Yet you want him out, right? They can say the same about us, Moyes. We've had Moyes. Moyes is better. So it's a different level, but the same idea. It's the same idea. We're not saying, us saying that isn't saying that we've got the same standards. It's a different, it's the same situation on a different level. And the Championship club can say the same with, we can have something like the similar situation with us, and they might compare to us and go, that's a similar situation to us, but a different level. That's all it is. It's a different level, but similar idea. So hopefully, you know, we can get, I don't know what I was saying before he's popped up there with that. I'm sure it was riveting and a great point, and everyone was going to go spot on, Dan.
Exactly.
So,
spot on, Dan.
But spot on. Oh, he did. Fucking hell. T-Boy's actually literally just said it. Spot on, Dan. But sometimes you just got. But no, that's what I get it so many fucking times. Whenever I say to someone like from one of these clubs, oh, but it's like your club when you had this and that. So how can you compare your club to my club? No, my club, me comparing my club to your club is saying, well, our team are as good as your team. Or, oh, you've got Saliba, well, we've got Max Kilman. That's comparable. Like, you don't know what a comparison is. If you're calling that a comparison, we're not saying that we're on the same level. We're not comparing. It's not saying, well, let's have a look at our quality of our team and the quality of your team. Let's compare how good our teams are. That's a fucking comparison. That's what I'm saying. They do it all the time because they don't. They hear you say your club and their club in the same sentence, and it's just like, well,
I think we might edge it, Dan, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, mate. Listen, Kilman over Saliba any day, mate.
Any day. Bowen over Saka. Yeah, of course he is.
Bowen's got more goals.
But listen,
I'll tell you that,
Bowen now, obviously. But yeah.
Let's go before our blood pressure fucking goes too high. People trigger us. It's good though. It's a good chat. It's a good show. Good little bit
this
of
rumble. I didn't think what you said in the last 5 minutes. I know, mate. I know. They hear Arsenal, they hear Arteta, and they hear out, and then they start fucking. I think something just goes.
I hate that. I hate it when people say that so much. So yeah, listen, I thought we were just going to come on and talk about Callum Wilson, but we got a lot to talk about there, and we'll go in tomorrow. Nicky, you're saying we're going to lose 2-1. I'm going to say
2-0.
1-0. 2-0. Sorry. I'm saying 1-0, which was my prediction for the Wolves game, which was wrong. Someone's just literally asked us. So I'm just going to keep predicting 1-0s. Like it is, like it's Daesh versus Nuno. It could be 0-0, to be honest with you. That's an inside joke. An inside joke. He's on call every day.
What, though, I won't be on Friday night point. I'm going to leave that there.
Oh, that sounds like there's some fucking hints going on there. Jesus. Yeah. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Do give us a subscription and check out OK Jerseys.
He done me in there, Ryan. He's done me.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah, OK jerseys over there. Do scan the QR code. Use the discount code Nicky10. Nicky10. That's actually how much weight Nicky's lost. Someone said, thingy Wolfie said, "Oh, Nick, you're looking slim. You lost weight." He's lost 10 stone.
Yeah,
I'm just guessing.
Yeah,
He's probably
back
lost
in the day, that was a little while ago. Mate, I've been eating fucking jelly beans for breakfast. I definitely ain't kept that 10 stone off. So,
well, you can keep 10% off if you use the code Nicky10. OK jerseys, any shirts you want, Rumble, whatever your name is. You want some Arsenal shirts? I know he mugged you off a bit there, but use his discount code with his name in it.
I'm gonna let me put this in there, right? We've got a World Cup coming up, right? England shirt's gonna go fucking mad. Yeah. The England shirt's gonna go crazy, right? And I know they've got a new one coming out and all that. Go and get them because there is a large selection of England shirts on it. I mean some fucking crackers on there. Go and get your England shirts right now.
Because how much you gonna pay for an England shirt? How much an England shirt going to go for when the official crap?
80, 85?
Like, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
No, I'm talking about there is some 94 ones, there's 89 ones, there's 87 ones, there's fucking 90 ones. They've got them all on there. The reversible one, they've got them all. The goalkeeper one. I've got one in actually, look.
Yeah, them pro ones are 120 quid. You get the pro shirts. They think they do pro shirts on OK jerseys, but you want the pro shirt. I got the Yankees. He's rooting for England. Interesting. This is going to be he's in New York. I think it's in New Jersey, isn't it? The thing. Yeah.
Bad boys. And you got these.
I will say I hated that shirt at the time. I hated it.
And they've got this fucking bad boy.
Now that's heritage. That's heritage. That's fucking.
Look,
that's what I was going to say. You think of Seaman when you see that. You think of David Seaman. Yeah, but I'll do the maths for you, right? 15 quid shirt, 10% off. That's £13.50 for a shirt. If you want to do, if you want to do conversions or whatever, do your conversions. I don't know, dollars, euros, Deutschmark, whatever.
They got a Duke of Prague away kit. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's very.
I don't know about that. I'll be honest.
That's very niche, mate. That's very niche. But yeah, honestly, you see that. Yeah. Sure, I'm one of everyone's doing the same.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Duke of Prague. No, they haven't.
£13.50 plus £65 postage. It's not that bloody fourth wall that I was trying to look to do fucking merch with, honestly. But no, it's all very cheap, when it comes to very, very affordable postage. Yeah, so there you go.
Tops, yeah, 90s Juventus tops are on there. I've seen them all, mate.
70s shirts.
They do some custom ones, like the ones that Dan got. He got some Japan one or something with cartoon characters on it. It's got like Bart Simpson on it.
The Zorro One Piece anime special edition. They do Dragon Ball Z, all of that stuff. Look at that beauty. That's a beautiful shirt. Look at that. It's got the Adidas on there. I love that. Once I lose a bit more weight, I'll fucking be able to wear it properly.
Chris Brown says they don't do obviously a Millwall fan. They don't do Millwall shirts. And mate, I've done fans wear Millwall shirts, mate.
They don't do Millwall shirts. See, I don't think they know what Millwall is.
Yeah. Right. Let's go.
Compulsive thing. Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you all for watching it. The fucking like button on your way out. And we'll be back tomorrow for the watch along, fan cams, all that good stuff. Nicky's got a wingy all belt there.
I found that in the box. That's good, isn't it?
You found that?
Yeah, it's just in the box. I've got a box full of stuff there. It's just in the box.
Hang that up. Look at that. That's the stone cold, that is, mate. Stone cold belt.
Yeah.
They do Dukla Praha shirts, but not Millwall. Fabrizio tweet. Hold up. Breaking news. Let's see. Before we go, Let me just check while we're live. Fabrizio tweet. Let's see. It's going to be Neymar to West Ham. Here we go. Fabrizio. Where is he? How the fuck do you spell his name again? I put Fabrizio. Fabriz. What are people saying? West Ham have sent official bid to Al Nassr for Brazilian goalkeeper Bento. Talks underway. What do you think of that, champ?
Yeah, Bento's all right, isn't he? I quite like him as a goalkeeper.
Just, I don't know, like at this stage, like I know, like we've only got Areola and Hermansen. I guess we don't fancy, but like,
I think you're quite right. Obviously, fucking people told me about the other day about this goalkeeper, this geezer that plays for Forest, this one that we was going to sign, and they was going to me, oh, he looks better than him. Did you see the fucking goal and conceded on Saturday?
I didn't. Oh, was that what's his name? The geezer we left at the airport, wasn't it?
Yeah, him, yeah. John Victor.
Victor, yeah.
Mate, yeah. I don't know where the fuck he was going. I hope he does that tomorrow. Fucking hell.
That's really good, isn't it? Like, our two choices of goalkeeper was either him or Hermansen. Like, either way, they were both shit options.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to. Do you know what the most interesting thing I am about? Most interested I am about the QPR game is to see if Hermansen plays. I'm really interested.
Oh, he got injured at the weekend. I bet he fucking did after he got beat like that. I bet he got injured. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So we're signing. Like I said, I don't know about signing Bento from the Saudi league. Like when we've got so many other bigger issues. I know, like, you've got to sign a keeper at some point, but I don't know, mate. Like, I'm not infused by it, to be honest with you. Like, he's another like young mid-20s keeper. I like Areola. I see someone, yes, they say Areola's shit and he's no good in the comments. I massively disagree.
Yeah, I disagree with that though. He lost his confidence, but I think he's gained it back again. I know he fucked up last week, but he's fucking saved us numerous times. Right, and I've got to go because dinner's ready.
All right. Creswell talks begun. We'll keep an eye on that one. We'll be monitoring that situation very soon. Hopefully we get him. But thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow. Watch along and fan cams. One thing left to say.